Hello English learners, and welcome back to Learn English Online. I am Liam.
And I am Luna. Today we're embarking on a linguistic deep dive. We're focusing on a skill that's, well, not just useful for exams like A1 movers, FCE, TUAI, or PTE.
Right.
But it's actually transformative for your overall English fluency. We're talking about describing pictures.
That's right. And think about it. Maybe you're sharing a holiday photo or talking about something you saw online. Or, yes, prepping for a speaking test. Knowing how to describe what you see well, accurately, just makes a huge difference. It really helps you connect, share your view, and just communicate effectively. You know, in so many real-world situations, it's more than just seeing. It's about showing and sharing what you see.
Our mission today is basically to break this skill down into clear, actionable steps. We'll give you the essential phrases, some grammar tips, and maybe even a little insight into why these methods work. It's all designed to help you, especially if you're at the A1, B2 level, to confidently bring any picture to life with words. Think of it as your shortcut to making every picture a story opportunity.
Okay, let's unpack this. So the first crucial step, maybe the most overlooked one, is giving a general summary. Why is that so important? Especially if your listener can't actually see the picture you're describing.
That's a really good point. Imagine you're on the phone, right, describing a photo to someone. You wouldn't just jump into tiny details first, would you?
No, probably not.
You'd give them the big picture first, like a mental snapshot. This first summary, it sets the scene, it grounds your listener, gives them a basic idea. It's kind of an act of empathy, really.
So it's about giving context, like drawing the outline before you start coloring.
Exactly. Spot on. Without that outline, your listener might feel a bit lost. So for this general summary, we have some great simple phrases. You can start with, this is a photo of, or in this photograph you can see. Another really common one is, the picture shows. They're clear, they're direct.
And then to talk about the main things, the main objects or people, we use there is for one thing.
Singular.
And there are for more than one.
Plural, exactly.
So if I'm looking at, say, a photo of a busy park, I might start by saying, the picture shows a busy city park on a sunny day.
Right.
Or maybe there are many people enjoying themselves in this photo. That immediately gives the listener the setting, the feel of it.
Perfect examples. It's about painting that broad stroke first. A common mistake people make is jumping straight to a small detail like a dog is running without first saying, this is a photo of a park.
Ah, right.
So always start broad, then you can narrow it down. It helps build your confidence too, starting with those easier general statements.
All right, so we've got the general idea. We've given our listener the big picture. Now let's talk about where everything is. In the picture. This is where you start guiding their eye around the image. Yeah.
This is where we bring in our essential vocabulary and prepositions of place. Think of these as your navigation tools for the picture. We use phrases like on the left and on the right. Pretty fundamental.
Standard stuff.
Then we also have in the middle or in the center for whatever's the main focus usually.
Okay. And what about depth? Showing what's closer or further away.
Absolutely. For that, we use in the background. For things that are further away, often they're less clear, maybe just part of the scenery. And we use in the foreground for objects that are really close to the viewer. They often dominate the bottom part of the picture.
Right.
So in our busy park photo, I might say, in the foreground, there's a colorful flower bed.
Okay, so the flower bed is right there, close up. Got it. What about things at the very top or bottom?
Good question. For those, you can just say at the top or at the bottom. You can be more specific too. At the top of the photo, you can see.
Makes sense.
And then there are other super useful prepositions. Next to, between, and opposite. For example, there's a bench next to a large oak tree. Or a child is playing between two adults.
It's interesting how these simple words help build a mental map.
I remember when I was learning another language. I always mixed up left and right.
Oh, yeah.
I had to actually point to remember. But practicing with pictures, like consciously placing things, it made it stick so much faster. It's like a little mental workout.
It really is. And the beauty is you can combine these location phrases. You might say something like, there's a small kiosk in the middle on the right side of the park.
Okay, getting specific.
Or, in the top right corner, a kite is flying high. And notice, we're still using there is or there are to introduce things in these places, like there's a couple sitting on the bench next to the oak tree.
Or, a group of friends is having a picnic in the center of the park. It helps create clear, detailed sentences.
Yeah, I can really picture that now. It's not just naming things, it's showing how they relate to each other in this space. So we've set the stage, we've placed our objects. Now, what are these people and things actually doing? How do we talk about the action, the life in the picture?
Okay, this brings us to describing actions. And the absolute key takeaway here is the present continuous tense. This tense is your best friend for talking about anything that looks like it's happening right now in the picture.
Ah, the ink tense.
That's the one. It instantly brings the static image to life, gives it a sense of ongoing activity.
So it's not my friends eat, it would be my friends are eating.
Precisely. It's always that to be verb is am, are, plus the main verb with an ing ending. So back in our park picture, you wouldn't just say, people walk dogs. You'd say, people are walking their dogs.
Oh, right.
If you see someone looking happy, you'd say, the little girl is smiling. Or if people are just chilling, they are sitting on the grass.
It's almost like the picture is a frozen moment from a video, and you're describing that exact moment as if it's happening.
That's a great way to think about it. It captures the dynamic feel. So if we look at our park scene again, we could describe lots of actions. Some children are playing football near the trees.
Okay.
A vendor is selling ice cream from a cart.
Mm-hmm.
And in the background, a few people are jogging along a path. See? It instantly creates a more vibrant, active scene for your listener.
Yeah, it really does.
A common mistake here is using the simple present, like they sit on the bench. Grammatically, it might be okay in some situations, but it just lacks that immediacy, that dynamic feel you get with the present continuous for pictures.
And in the real world, you hear people use this tense all the time, right? For talking about what's going on around them, not just in pictures. It's super versatile. Just got to remember, subject, then be, isar, then the verb with ing. It's your secret weapon for making descriptions lively. Okay, so we've got the summary, the locations, the actions. We've painted a good, clear picture. But how do we make our descriptions even more, interesting, more personal? How do we add those layers that really grab the listener?
Right. This is where we move beyond just reporting facts and start adding a bit more depth, a bit more nuance. First up, adjectives and conjunctions. Think of adjectives as your descriptive power tools.
Okay.
They let you add detail, color, texture to everything you mention.
So instead of just a tree, I could say a tall old tree or a bright green tree.
Exactly. Adjectives, those describing words, usually go before the noun, like your tall old tree, or sometimes they come after verbs like be, look, or seem. For example, the sky looks clear, or the children seem excited. In our park photo, we could say, it's a beautiful sunny day. Or describe people, a happy young couple is walking hand in hand. It just makes the description so much richer.
Definitely adds more flavor. And conjunctions, how do they fit in?
Conjunctions are your connectors, words like and, but, or, because, so. They make your description flow much more naturally. They help you create more sophisticated, connected sentences. Instead of two short, choppy sentences like, John is standing on the left, he is smiling.
Right, sounds a bit robotic.
Yeah, you can combine them. John is standing on the left and he is smiling. Much smoother. Or, the dog is barking loudly because it sees a squirrel. This turns a list of facts into more of a connected story.
That's a real game changer for sounding more natural, less like reading a list. Okay, now what about when we're not totally sure about something in the picture? Can we guess?
Oh, absolutely. And this is a great technique. It's called speculating. It adds personality. It shows you're thinking critically. And importantly, it invites your listener to sort of think along with you.
How do we do that?
You can use phrases like, it looks like, it seems, or maybe it's thigh.
Ah, okay. So if I see people in our park picture wearing t-shirts and shorts, and the sun looks bright, I could say, it looks like summer, or maybe it's afternoon.
Exactly right. Or if everyone in a group photo is laughing and wearing party hats, you could speculate, it seems like they're celebrating a birthday. This isn't just describing anymore, it's interpreting. It invites shared imagination. It takes your description from just a report to a more engaging observation.
I like that.
A common trap here is stating things as fact when you're not 100% sure. Speculating lets you express that bit of uncertainty quite gracefully.
Yeah, that feels much more natural.
Yeah.
It helps the listener understand your take on the scene. And to really make this a conversation, not just me talking at someone, we need to bring the listener in, right?
Precisely. The goal isn't just to talk at someone, it's to talk with them. So asking follow questions is really key. It makes the description a two-way street.
What kind of questions work well?
Useful phrases include things like, what do you think? How does it look to you? Do you? Do you agree? What else do you notice? Or maybe, anything I missed? These are open invitations for your listener to jump in and share their thoughts.
And I guess there's some social tips here too, right? Especially if you're, say, looking at a picture on your phone with someone in public.
Definitely. Always good to keep your voice down, be respectful of your surroundings and anyone nearby. It's best to focus on objects and actions and try to avoid making personal guesses about real people you don't know.
Good point.
And, a simple smile, taking shorter turns, that can really encourage someone who's a bit shy to speak up more. The aim is always to share, not to analyze people.
And the cool thing is, using these questions isn't just for exams or practice. It's actually how we have real conversations, how we connect with people every single day. It shows you value their opinion, builds connection, and just makes the whole thing more dynamic. It's all about interaction, turning that picture into a shared moment.
Okay, so now let's try and bring all these ideas together with some practical exercises. These are based on methods used in lots of good English lessons. These activities are designed to really cement your understanding and build that real-world fluency.
Yeah, I think this is where learners sometimes get stuck. They learn the rules, the phrases, but then they're not sure how to actually practice them in a way that feels useful or fun.
That's a common hurdle. One really effective activity is something called a vocabulary race. You just look at a picture, maybe set a timer for, say, 30 seconds, and try to name as many objects as you can see. Just shout them out. Fish, family, window, bicycle.
Okay, rapid fire.
Exactly. It really builds your quick recall for vocabulary. Makes those words come to mind faster when you're actually speaking. You can even do it with a friend and see who gets more.
Fun. That sounds like a great way to boost quick thinking.
Mm-hmm.
What else?
Another fantastic activity is storytelling with pictures. You find a series of pictures, maybe 3 or 4, that look like they could tell a story. Put them in an order that makes sense, and then practice describing each picture. You could even suggest what the people might be saying to each other.
Oh, like a little narrative?
Yeah. Maybe picture 1 is someone packing a bag. Picture 2 is them waiting at an airport. Picture 3, they're relaxing on a beach. You describe the whole journey. It combines describing with narrative skills, helps you see the bigger picture, the story behind the image.
That's really creative. It moves beyond just one moment to linking moments together. I like that.
And one more. Try making a comic strip. You can find simple templates online or just draw boxes. Choose a few pictures, maybe cut them out or print them, put them in the boxes, and then add speech bubbles or thought bubbles.
Ah, like making your own little comic.
Exactly. Describe what's happening in each panel and write what the characters might be saying or thinking. It mixes writing, describing, and a bit of creative thinking.
And, in today's world, so many of these can be done online, too. You could use shared documents for vocabulary lists or use chat features to describe pictures back and forth with a language partner.
Good point.
Even online jigsaw puzzles could be fun, naming the objects as you find the pieces. You could even record yourself describing a picture on your phone and send it to a friend or teacher for feedback.
Definitely.
These practices really are about building fluency for the real world, aren't they?
Yeah.
Not just about passing a test. It's about making English feel natural, making it a confident part of how you communicate.
So let's just quickly recap our deep dive today. We've covered how to describe pictures really effectively. We learned to start with that general summary, then place objects precisely using prepositions.
Right.
I talked about bringing the scene to life with the present continuous for actions, then adding richness with adjectives, connecting ideas with conjunctions, and finally, engaging others with those gentle guesses and inviting questions.
Yeah, and I think the key takeaway here, the real insight, is that describing pictures isn't just listing things. It's really about telling a story. It's about painting a vivid scene for whoever's listening and inviting them into that experience with you.
Mm-hmm.
It makes your English feel more dynamic, more engaging, more, conversational. It's how you shift from just observing to actually communicating. Okay, so here's your action step for this deep dive. Find any photo you like. Could be on your phone, in a magazine, anywhere. First, try a one-sentence summary. This is a photo of. Then describe at least 3 things you see using on the left, on the right, or in the middle.
Good start.
Next, try describing one action using the present continuous. A person is reading, something like that. And finally, make one guess using it looks like or it seems. And then ask yourself, what do I think about this picture? Maybe add a feeling. I like the colors because they are so bright. Just try it out.
And think about this. A picture captures just one single frozen moment. But with just a few simple English phrases, the ones we talked about today, you can actually bring that moment to life. You give it a past, a present, even a future in the listener's mind. Every picture really does hold a story. And you now have the English words to tell that story, connecting with others through what you both see and describe. It's like a little superpower.
If this deep dive helped you unlock that superpower, follow us for more slow, clear English you can use today. We'll see you next time.